And welcome to the Diablo Podcast. I am your host, Xanth, and today I'm joined by my loving co-host, Neinball,
Oh, hi.
and noted streamer, noted whale, notably present, and notably calmer, Nerdwards.
Hello.
And we are brought to you by PureDiablo.com, your home for an ever-growing Diablo community, an expansive wiki, and of course, this podcast. Uh, Gentlemen, it's been a little while. I don't want to say it was a hiatus. I don't want to say it was a break. I think just life happened. Like we get busy. And there's gonna be a lot of life happening pretty soon.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there's been some stuff to talk about. I thought we would chat about some of the cool things. And honestly, one of the things I'm really excited to talk about um, is the ability to skip the campaign. But we're gonna go in. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But I am excited to chat with you guys. Uh, so let's dive right in. First and foremost, tonight, right now, our good friend Macrobio Boy, his face is gracing all of our BattleNets login pages, is out there doing his thing on Diablo 2 Resurrected, as they have dropped a new ladder season. We're obviously, I'm not going to say, are you going to play? Because I know you are not currently playing right now. But are you going to jump in with this season as we have a little bit of a layover between now, the server slam, and then obviously the release of Diablo 4?
Definitely, yeah. I'm definitely gonna try it out. Probably wait till the weekend. I've had a busy work week, and honestly, I'm completely captured by a different game right now that is taking up most of my time. If you guys haven't tried Cult of the Lamb, the game is amazing, super stupid fun. The Diablo style combat with Animal style or Animal Crossing style like menial tasks. It's pretty great, and it's super evil and satanic, which is super fun as well too. Um, that plus the new
It's
WoW
why we're all
patch.
here.
Right, exactly, right, yeah. But that plus the new WoW patch has kept me a little busy, plus work. But this weekend, me and some friends are definitely jumping in. I'm basically just pretending like the ladder starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. That just makes it easy for me. And then, yeah, I'm definitely going to play a bit, at least until, of course, Diablo 4 launch.
Nice. I'm all.
So to answer your question, I gotta strip a little bit here because I'm actually wearing a
Nice.
Diablo 2 Resurrected shirt. And no, I'm not playing. Um, no, it's definitely like you're saying, life and timing. I've got like a really big Warhammer tournament coming up at the end of May, and I only have like 2 weeks left to prepare for it. And one of those weeks, I'm taking a vacation to the Keys, so everything has been, uh, every all of my free time has either been building models, painting models, or getting practice games in with that. So that's pretty much been my evenings and my weekends, and it's not going to let up. And of course, then that is like the 21st and the 22nd, I think it was. It's 2 weeks away. And then after that, I'll have some time maybe for the 2 weeks until Diablo 4 comes out.
Yeah, I don't think any of us can really be faulted for being busy in May. Um, I think we probably started adjusting our calendars accordingly several months ago when we got a release date.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it kind of goes back to what we've said, I think, several times on the podcast, is that there's just a glut of Diablo now that we are really spoiled to get like a Diablo 2 ladder reset so close to Diablo 4 to make it like just to have one more thing to do. Like that is phenomenal. I'm probably not going
Mm-hmm.
to jump. I'm lying. I'm going to jump in tonight once we're done with this podcast and play a little bit. And then I will play on the treadmill, but I don't play on the ladder
I was
season for
about
the
to say you're
treadmill.
gonna literally play it every morning.
Just about.
Oh,
The new goal is to get to Guardian on every class while running, just to see what happens. I was able to do it with a Necromancer. It took me 237 miles. Um, let's see how many it takes for the Amazon, which is actually really fun. I haven't played an Amazon in decades. Um, it's never been my go-to. I did a poll and said, which I play if I die, and I didn't, but it's still the next class. It's it's been fun. I would probably still never go back and like choose it if given the option, but when being forced to, I've been having a blast. So uh, I am gonna roll a druid tonight once we're done, guys.
I
And
was gonna
just
say, yeah, with the next hit delay changes, I mean,
yeah.
Druid is looking pretty choice right now in D2.
No, I'm not going to pretend that I am fully capable of understanding all those changes, but Macro did put out an awesome video kind of running through all of it. If you haven't got an opportunity, go
He's
and
got a couple. There's a couple videos from Macro that are out that are really informative and really good. Yeah.
yeah, I cannot sing his praises enough. Like I love his style. I like the way he breaks it down, and I got to hand it to him. And this isn't just like, oh, let's boost his ego any more than it needs to be. But
And I like his taste in music.
yeah.
There you go.
I like his intros. I like the catchy little like oh wait, and then he goes into the math. Um, so good on you, Macro. That's it. That's your shout out. The goal of today isn't to just hype up Macro. You're probably already sick of seeing his face because you know it's all up on your screen. Let's talk D4. So there's a couple of bits and pieces that have been filtering out. Um, but there's one really big and it is the revelation upon completing the campaign, you never have to do it again. Ever. That's it. Done. Now, I'm gonna go right out. I fucking love this. I love it.
Yeah.
It's not new. I mean, we've had it before. We never had it at the start of a Diablo game. This is exciting. I'm very excited for the story. I know you are too, Neinball. I know you are, Nerdwords. But there becomes a point when the story becomes a chore, right?
Sure.
And to be able to bypass that and just kind of go, and as we've seen with D4 so far, like your builds start to come together pretty early on. So I can just play with that and not have to slog through Fractured Peaks again. I don't know what it looks like for the end game, right? How that works, but if I can bypass the quest, this is great for me. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's you said we've had it before, but we really only had it with Diablo 3 because obviously Diablo 1, Diablo 2, it kind of just stayed what it was. Even with Terror Zones added, you still play the campaign in Diablo 2, right? So, but with Diablo 3, I mean, it was a huge quality of life change. It was massive, especially for seasonal starts, right? When you're on season 25, 26, 27, it's nice to not have to play the campaign that many times. It's also good too that it is there as an option as well for those people that want to play through it again, which is great. Which I'll probably play through the campaign at least 3 or 4 times, right? Like just try to kind of catch the little things I might have missed before, play through from a different perspective, check out different voice lines from the different characters you play. But yeah, I mean, after a few months of playing the game, I probably won't want to run through it anymore, and I'll probably just click that button. So I think it's huge, and it's good that there's an option for both.
Yeah, like Nerdward said, it's probably gonna go and play through the campaign once with every class, just to see if there's any differences or class contextual, like little story nods or anything like that. Which was like one of those things, kind of like disappointing. You get to meet Rathma and as a necromancer, and that was it. It's like there wasn't anything special about it whatsoever. So I'm hoping that might be something that they're either saving for the main game or they'll add in later on, or context or something along those lines. But yeah, it's one of those ones. Is like, I guess, like, I haven't been too hyped about it because I just expected it. But maybe that's me, a greedy Diablo 3 player that's just like, well, this is what the last game
Right.
or had. Why wouldn't this one launch without it?
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, but the Xanth, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's also like not the case for PoE.
No, it is not.
Yeah,
So Path of Exile had a new league that came out recently, and for 10 years of Path of Exile, it has kind of remained true that you play the campaign. You play through the campaign. Originally, when Path of Exile released, you had multiple difficulties, just like Diablo 2. Eventually, they reworked it, so you have 10 acts that you have to go through. Um, and there's no missing it. From a hardcore standpoint, it's probably where I struggle the most in starting a league is because I know I have to go back to that campaign again and again. Um, Now, there are parts of the campaign that I really enjoy, kind of like with Diablo 2, like the choke point of Duriel. I hate it because I fear death constantly. There is a choke point in Path of Exile for my hardcore play style that like I just there's just one boss I'm like if I mess up I'm gonna die. Um, but otherwise everything else is tedium. It is just I'm gonna go through and I get the appeal of trying to do it as quickly as possible, but if I don't have to, I would prefer not to. So that's why I was really excited to see this with Diablo, and I know there's a lot of good work behind the scenes to craft an amazing story, right? And we've already been excited about that story. But on the 10th, the 12th, the 20th, 5 years from now, 8 years from now, we're not going to want to necessarily go through the story again and again and again. So to not be forced to do it, have it as an option, but not be forced is so exciting for me. And again, from that hardcore perspective where I die a lot, to be able to kind of get back to just playing how I want to play would be exciting.
Yep.
So hooray for that. That's pretty stellar. So I'm excited. Now, and to kind of piggyback off of what you had said before too, Neinball, Path of Exile 2 is also releasing with a new campaign. And same kind of thing. There's been no word about being able to skip it. So a little pressure, maybe. Maybe it could happen. Who knows? But more than likely not. Okay. In tandem with that, let's give a little razzle dazzle. Let's not focus on other bigger information. Let's talk ponies. Let's talk ponies. We were
Mystical,
given
magical, sparkle ponies.
yeah, so many ponies. In the beta that we got to play not that long ago. We knew there were mounts. We never got access to them. We know they exist. We've seen them, but they did release a little bit of a video with, I believe it was a look at 12 different mounts. And it seems like mount customization is going to be a much bigger deal than what I originally expected. Were there any mounts that caught your eye?
No.
There were a couple of undead ones that I really liked. There was also one that was very reminiscent of the Bloodied Wolf,
Mm.
with the carved etchings in the skull and all of that. So that had some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, transparently, I have not looked at all the different mounts. I didn't. Did they show like just a big categorical list of them, or what?
So it was
Uh,
one of
I missed
those
that.
like little things where it's constantly rotating. You have to like pause it to get whatever mount you
Gotcha.
see in front of you.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was just a GIF. And it was
Yeah.
like,
gotcha.
yeah,
That's why I
pause.
missed
Which
it then.
one's your
Okay.
mount? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I didn't see that. It doesn't surprise me at all. Like, I mean, it's again, Diablo 4 is very much an MMO ARPG. At least, I mean, that's the way it feels from what I've played, at least. And I think that as someone who's played a lot of MMOs, there are three typical things that people collect a lot in those types of games: pets, if they exist; mounts, if they exist; and transmog in general, if they exist. Um, and Diablo 4 is checking at least two of those boxes. And I will probably collect some of that stuff if it looks cool, right? There's always that like swapping out mounts and having the cool mount to ride around town in or whatever it happens to be. So, but I've not seen any specifically. I'm sure there's some cool ones. The game is gorgeous, so I'm sure there's some cool ones in there. Hopefully some silly ones too. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that we can customize our mounts. I would feel like that'd be kind of a missed opportunity if they didn't add that in. So that's good to hear that that is confirmed.
We also do have the opportunity to get a horn for a mount if we kill a Shaba next weekend. So get yourself a sparkle pony, you have a fancy horn, everything's fine. I will point out the one mount that I saw that I liked the most was in the Druid reveal, the Druid trailer. It looks like it's riding a moose. It's got like these big old antlers on it. I want that. I want that. But that's just me.
They really need to make it to where you can just ride a transformed druid. Like that'd be really cool if me and you were playing together, and you could just go into wolf form, and I can just jump on your back, just ride around.
I,
Be
I
sick.
WoW
don't.
did it.
I
I know,
don't
right?
want.
Exactly.
I don't want you to ride me. It's
Sure you do, Xanth.
Can I ride you?
yes.
Okay, that's rude.
That's
That's
that.
rude.
That's co-host privilege. Really. Like,
Stop.
that's what happens. Um.
Gonna tweet this out right now. Xanth said he'll let me ride him.
mm,
Yep.
Yep. Um. I didn't have this in my notes. I don't.
Three for a
Aren't you
loop.
so? You haven't had me on for like an episode or two. Aren't you so
It's
glad I'm back?
missed you, bud. Missed you. Uh. Not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. But that's okay. Uh, Mounts aside, we did get some actual big information as we are looking ahead. And can we believe that it is under a month until we will be playing Diablo 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
That's absolutely insane. Now, granted, we'll have the opportunity to play next week, but the actual release of the game, no restrictions, just playing, is very real. Next month at this time, we won't be talking outside of some messages on BattleNet because we'll be playing. Maybe we'll squeeze a podcast in, but I doubt 3 days after release that we're still fully capable of talking yet because
Oh
we'll be
no,
wanting to play.
I fully plan on. So by this point, for the Ultimate Edition, you would have had access for 3 days.
hmm
I'm hoping by that point I'm max level. We'll see.
Well,
That's the goal.
that actually plays into what we would expect. So we were told the amount of time to get from 1 to 100 is around 150 hours. So actually, you're going to need a few more days
No,
With the caveat
that's
of
for the
for the
average
average player.
for the
player.
average player.
Not some. Yeah, I've already leveled 8 characters 1 to 25, and I feel like I'm not a god tier gamer by any means, but I'm literally not gonna sleep probably at least the first night. Unless servers just go down or something, right? Which is possible. But provided server stability is there and everything's up and live, like I plan on starting that game Thursday night and not stopping until I physically cannot stay awake any longer. And then sleeping for 3 hours and waking back up and going at it again, right? So I'm going to degenerate that game. I'm old, but I'm still young enough to where I feel like I can pull it off. And if not, then hey, I'll suffer because I'm taking the entire week off after. So I'll be off for Fridays. So Thursday night, I'll be working Thursday. I will be on for the launch Thursday night. I will be off work Friday. I'm off on weekends, and then I'm off the entire week the next week. So that gives me a good 12 days to do nothing but be a degenerate and play basketball. Yeah, play basketball for sure. Play Diablo.
Just working on your hoops game. I
Right.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All my friends are gonna be playing with me. My family knows what I'm doing, and I have family vacations set before and after to compensate. So I am, yeah. My plan is before the game launches on June 6th for every regular person, like that's buying the standard version. I hope to be max level before then. We'll see, but that's the mission.
Neinball, how degenerate are you gonna get a month?
I unfortunately have to be a little bit more judicial with my paid time off. So I do plan. I'm gonna work that Thursday because I think it goes live at like 7 o'clock my time because I think it's like 4 o'clock Pacific.
Yep.
So I can work a full shift on Thursday, run home, eat dinner, get ready. I'm taking that Friday off. I'm taking the Monday off. But I think that's about all that I can stretch. Just because I have some other stuff that's going on at the end of June that I have to save some PTO for. So I have but it's like that's just the launch of the game. We still have the first season launching sometime after that
Right.
in order to go through and blast just as hard, if not harder.
See, that's the best part. My PTO resets in August, right? So, provided the stars align, I should have a fresh pool of PTO for the first season to play in, and then we'll go from there. But we'll see.
I'm telling you, it's something that's what was it? Since the last podcast, there's some dates that are going through and lining up that really don't like. It's like Armored Core is coming out for my birthday.
Yep. Yeah.
And so it's just like, well, let's say that it's like that, like the Diablo 4 season 1 starts like a month after launch. I think there was some European site that had said something like 7 weeks or something like that. So like let's say like by the end of July. And that means that the season 2 will be starting in October because they're committing to like 3-month seasons. And so it's just like you have that leapfrog. I'm like, well, can I get max level and max the season before the end of August, and then how much time am I going to dedicate to Armored Core before October comes, the next season of D4? Because I absolutely love Diablo. I'm here on a podcast. I've been doing podcasts for like 12 years or something like that. But my literal online name, Neinball, is
It's
from Armored
right.
Core. So
Yep.
I've been looking forward to this game for a while because I didn't like 4 and 5 was a disappointment. So
Yep.
I'm big hopes. Big hopes.
It's been 20 years since we've had a good Armored Core game, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Phew. It's tough.
Yeah, I want to say what the Armored Core 3 series, because that was what 3 Silent Line, Nexus, Ninebreaker, and Last Raven was actually that. We got like 5 games. They were all like amazing, except for Ninebreaker. Like in a span of like 2 years. But Ninebreaker didn't have a campaign. It literally was just jump on platforms. Good, you got a gold medal. You can jump on platforms again.
You're great at jumping on platforms.
Yeah.
What about you, Xanth? How degenerate are you going? You won't be in school.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything. I have to keep my children alive, which is doable. Um, I've been very successful at it the past several years. So, uh, yeah, I've got nothing but time. This actually works out really, really well for me. I'm very excited for it. I will probably get yelled at if I just play Diablo all day, so I'll save it for the night. But like, I don't need much sleep. I'll be okay. I'm very excited. And that 150 hour mark, it does it's 150 plus for the average gamer, whatever that might entail. And that's not in count, like taking into account um, playing hardcore, dying a lot.
Right.
So I'm not going to get it. I'm going to be learning things. So I imagine my time will be much larger than that, which is totally fine. I am looking forward to trying to get to that max level if I can, seeing where the difficulty spike hits, seeing where like is 99 to 100 a big challenge? Is that like what 98 to 99 was in D2? Or is there a more linear path, right? I think that will be exciting to kind of figure out. And 150 hours seems like like a good number. It doesn't seem as insane as what the 98 to 99 in D2 was, where you're just like, no, I'm never going to do that. But it also seems like, oh, that's a good amount of time that's been invested where, re-rolling or starting fresh does seem like a bit of work. It's not something I want to just be doing all the time. Uh, so I'm excited for that. And I want to see how it plays out. What I really hope doesn't happen is the oversimplification where somebody just kind of figures out and we will figure out how to do it as quickly as possible. Um, but I hope that doesn't happen right away, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, let's see. Let's just have fun. Just play.
Well,
It'll be good.
but I guess the question is, are people like gonna figure it out and like hold on to their little secrets and be like going through? And it's like, well, I managed to get this much XP per hour from like 70 to 80, but I'm gonna just gonna hold that one in my back pocket, like slow down, so that way, then when season one launches, they're like, boom, got it, and then reveal it.
Right. Yeah, and I think it is nice to not have a season that starts it, so it's just like, hey, let's just figure things out, play around, and then start to look forward to the next season.
I
And
will say though, I have second guessing my decision now because I didn't think about the fact that of when the first season would start. And it's almost like, should I wait and take that first week off instead of the?
I feel like
I don't know now. Now
Yeah.
Neinball's got me second guessing. I don't
I,
know.
I think the season is going to introduce something brand new, I would hope, right? There'll be something additional to it, whatever that form takes. I would hope that they are a little bit more inventive in seasons. Like what we just saw in the most recent Diablo 3 season was amazing. Like a nice little change of pace, as opposed to like earlier seasons, which weren't as exciting. I don't think they have to go as far as what Path of Exile does with the League every 3 months. Like you don't have to add a core mechanic to the game. But I do think that first season will be really exciting because it's also from a marketing standpoint you need it to go well. You need to be like, hey, this is
Mhm.
always worth coming back to. It's okay to take a break, do your 150 hours, do your 120, but you know what? You're going to want to come back in 3 months. You're going to want to come back again. And, but obviously there are going to be microtransactions. You want to come back and buy something because it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
So I would say the
I mean,
season,
no, I mean just agreeing with your point that it's like, yeah, they have to give the casual player base a reason to come back, like in just a month or two. To start, you played the game, you've been having fun, you busted your ass like in the past like like 2 months or something like that. You finally got to level 100. Now guess what? Do it all again. There has to be something to entice the casual player to want to start season one. So I think you're onto something there. That there's probably going to be something interesting. I don't want to say like big because it still is only like the season one. It's the beginning of the game, but I think that they've got to come out. They got to come out with something that's very engaging.
Yeah.
I'd be, I'm very excited to hear what that is. But at the same time, like with this release, I don't feel the need to like hold my breath for it. I'm still very just excited to get my hands on the game. I also hope that like the creating a build and the item chase is enough that I'm excited for a season, but I'm also just excited for a ladder reset, right? Like, and I think that's the
Mm.
tightrope of the game is have something exciting in the season, but also the core game is strong enough that I'm just excited to start fresh, right? I'm just excited to like just like with D2R tonight. There have been some big changes to the game, but overall, it is just more of a reset by comparison to previous seasons, which were introducing new rune words, terror zones, and stuff like that. I'm just excited to have a fresh start, right? And I hope that's the case with D4 with a new season coming up. Like, hey, I'm excited for this mechanic, but I'm also just excited to start fresh with all my friends again. We're all starting on the same page, and let's see how far we get. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes up. Okay.
Yes, agreed.
Um, so aside from our 150 hours, there is, I want to piggyback off on what you had said, Nineball, in terms of speculation about the seasons. There were some achievements that were like kind of mined and found on, I think it was like a Korean website, uh, speculating that we would see the first season around late July, mid late July. It does a 6 week or 7 week release seem logical to you for a season number one?
I mean, yeah, that kind of would fall in line with expectations, because that was one of the. You look back at Diablo 2 Resurrected, one of the biggest complaints was why do we have to wait so long for season one? So them getting it out in a reasonably short amount of time, would be great. And then also gives them time to balance any type of expectations. Obviously, we have the server slam coming up next week, where we'll hopefully be able to, get and figure out the server situation. I still fully expect that there's going to be some server stability issues on the early launch as well as the actual game launch on the 6th. That Tuesday will probably again have a couple like hiccups and stuff. But it will give them some expectations as to what to expect for the seasonal launches.
Yeah, I would expect some hiccups, but hopefully it's not too long of a wait to get to that first season. Now, with a season, and actually with the release of the game, the one thing we haven't heard much about, and we are going to next week, is the Battle Pass. I was very surprised to find out that on the 10th, we're going to get another live stream. I thought they would hold this before, or at least until after the server slam. Like this felt like they were just kind of going to keep it a little bit longer because it's been long enough. But we are going to get some more clear-cut information on what this all is. What's your speculation around the battle pass? What do you think is gonna what are they gonna tell us, I guess?
I don't know. I don't really have speculation here because it's if you're gonna host a live stream, there's got to be some content for that. So that would tell me they're gonna tell you what's in the battle pass, like the specific items, because we already know it's cosmetic items. Level skips here and there, right? Things like that they've talked about, but it's cosmetic items. Okay. So either they're gonna like dive deeper into that and actually show us those cosmetic items, or maybe there's a curveball. I don't know. I don't really have an expectation for it. Again, I think it's just good that they're putting out this content. I think that again, the Diablo 4 team has done a fantastic job with their transparency and their communication about the game. However, I might feel about some of the messaging and ideas. The transparency is good. I don't know what to expect. I'm not expecting some groundbreaking information. I think this is just part of the marketing strategy, right? Every 2 weeks, just do something, right? It's pretty par for the course for an album release for music, a movie release. I mean, you start to see marketing ramp up as those items are going to launch, and it usually on a week to 2 week cycle, depending on the medium. So it's really good. It's really good to see. It's more than we got for Diablo 3, and definitely more than we got for Diablo 2, right, at launch especially. But I don't really have expectations, so we'll have to see what it is. I'm probably going to throw money at it, whatever it is, even if I don't care about the cosmetics in the past, just because, again, like I've stated before, I'm going to support Diablo just because I want more Diablo content. If that means throwing an extra $10 for a battle pass that I don't really care about, I might do that too. Yeah, no big expectations from me.
I mean, I guess my expectations are somewhat in line with that. We'll finally get. I expect that we'll finally get a confirmation of what all is going to be included. We'll get like I don't expect them to show off everything, but like a taste of, this is like a full cosmetic set for Barbarian that you will unlock, over time throughout the various levels, and then you'll also get like these XP boosts. You'll get some premium currency, confirm whether or not you'll get enough premium currency in the battle pass to buy the next season's battle pass, and as well as like any other special cosmetics or anything like that we might get out of it. Just to get the full information on what we're going to get, because like right now we just know cosmetics, premium currency, XP boosts. And like is even if that's it and that's all of it, hopefully we'll get a structure of how all those things play out. We did in like a PC Gamer interview, they told us that it will take about 80 hours to complete a seasonal pass. in terms of like gameplay time. So obviously you don't have to get to level 100 in order to complete it. But we can see like that's still a pretty significant time investment in order to do it. You have 3 months, but is it going to be like, is it worth it to unlock everything and go through to deviate from my 1 to 100 grind to go and complete XYZ, or will I just get it fully completed on my 1 to 100? Do I have to go out of my way? Like, are there going to be like achievements that in order to unlock like this level, you have to kill a Shava at level 80 or something like that?
I'm never going to do that. Uh, maybe, but I doubt it. Yeah, I think it is interesting that we are, under a month away and have no idea how this major component of the game functions yet, because this is how the game's going to live on, right? This is how the game gets us, it's as a game that we're still playing in 8 years, 10 years time, because it needs it, right? And we want more content. This helps pay for it. It is interesting to not have that information. I would like to see how the shop works. Like, what's the price? How much does premium currency cost? What does that equate to for a set, right? It's not going to deter me from playing this game, but it is good information to have for like down the road of like, oh yeah, I really like that set. What is that going to actually cost me? Can I earn it through that battle pass by doing certain things, and then I can, achieve it that way? Um, is it easier to just buy it, flat out, whatever it might be? I would like that information. I would hope on the 10th that we kind of get that. And then I'm just going to say it. Tell me I can modify spells. Tell me there's a way to make my werebear into an owlbear or into anything. Um, Turn my fireball from red to cyan or to indigo or something like that. Like, I'm fine with that. Give me that option. I will give you lots of money. Just saying, Blizzard. I just want that. Now, I don't think that's going to happen because that feels like something they would have said early on. Maybe that's a season or two down the road where they're just like, "Hey, we've got we've had more development time and we figured a way out. You can buy different colors for your spells." Awesome. I will happily do that. Uh, but I do want to see what the shop looks like. I want to see a set. I want to see how much that costs, and whether or not. And I think you brought that up, Nineball. Whether or not my battle pass will help achieve that, or or if it is going to be purchasing these sets is completely reliant on me just buying the currency to purchase them.
Um, I I think that like I'm really curious to see how this plays out, because if we really do get a Diablo 4 Season 1 in July, that's by far the fastest we've ever jumped to seasonal / ladder content in a Diablo game, right? Obviously, Diablo 1 didn't have ladder content. Diablo 2, in a quick Google search, I don't know if this is accurate, but it says, yeah, Diablo 2 Season 1 first ladder season began with the initial patch release of 1.10 on October 28th, 2003. So, I mean, you're talking 4 years from the launch, right? For Diablo 3, it wasn't until after Reaper of Souls. I think 2014 was the first season for Diablo 3, right? So we had the game for a significant, all Diablo games for a significant amount of time before we jumped into seasonal content. So to Nineball's point earlier, and you saying that earlier is what really sparked it for me, is like, why would I take a week off of work and grind and have fun and play the crap out of this game if a month later it's going to reset? That kind of feels weird to start that soon. So I guess I need to see more context around what the season is going to look like in general, and also what the race is. Is it a leveling race? Is it like a Nightmare Sigil, speed race rank? I don't know. That would be really cool to get some insight into.
Yeah, I mean that actually put more thoughts into my head, because what we found out in the last developer interview, that like your nightmare dungeons will change from season to season.
Yeah, different rotations. Yep.
Yeah, so there might be other things or mechanics that might, have some sort of rotation with things that we can expect within the season itself.
Yeah.
Um,
But changing 6 weeks after launch, I mean, you're talking 6 to 8 weeks after launch is around the time frame that site said. I really, personally, hope that that's wrong. I don't want a season that fast. Like, that's me. But I'd rather wait a couple months at least
I
to get the first.
I looked at the calendar and that falls like right on my birthday, so I do want that.
See,
Happy
I'll be on
birthday,
vacation that
Xanth.
time.
I'm gonna bring
That's
in
tough.
40 in style by just no lifing Diablo. Um, yeah, that'd be great. So Blizzard again, plan that out. I appreciate it. It's all about what I want,
There
really,
you go. It's true.
strictly for this guy. Um, no, but I am very excited, and I think we should try. I think next week's podcasting is very tough schedule wise. Uh, but maybe on Wednesday we will chat and see if we can put one together. Because the other days are not going to work. It's going to be busy. You guys have got stuff too, which is a good segue. So not only on
Yeah.
the 10th. Oh wait, hold on. Nineball's got a rant. Nineball's got a rant.
Oh, have we reached that point?
I
Nice.
think I think we have.
okay.
So I want to move into the plans for the Server Slam and stuff like
At
that.
least it's
But
you this time.
Nineball's got a rant. So Nineball, please, floor is yours, man.
So what was this? This was actually like a couple weeks ago. They released a drinking stein, like a Diablo 4 themed drinking stein. And I got messages on Twitter. I got messages on Discord. I saw people talking about it on Twitter. I saw people making YouTube videos about it. That is like, oh my god, Blizzard has confirmed the sixth class because on the top of the Stein is the 5 class logos, and then another logo that everyone's like, oh my god, this is new. Like they put it's like the little wavy line thing. It's the symbol of the triune. And it's like, oh, this like confirms like the sixth class is going to be something involving the triune and stuff like that. It's just like there's a marketing manager out there that's crying right now. Because I saw people going through. It's like, oh, it's gonna be like, is this gonna be it? Is it gonna be like the Blood Knight? Is it gonna be some sort of like Dark Knight or anything like that? And it's like, people, that symbol's been around since the game was announced because they've been tied the marketing of the Church of the Triune symbol with Lilith since 2019. You can buy T-shirts that has that symbol on it, and nobody cared. You literally like did any of you even play the beta? Because you have to click on that symbol to interact with the cutscenes involving Lilith.
Yep.
Like that symbol is synonymous with Lilith, not some sort of confirmation of a sixth class or anything like that. And it's just like it's on the Stein because it's Lilith. She's like the poster child of this whole game. So it's like obviously they're just gonna go through and throw that in because it's an icon, an image, a design that they've been using with marketing for this game for the past like 4 years. And then everybody's like, they see it on the Stein. It's like you have not paid attention at all.
Is it on the Gear Store?
Yeah, it's on the. I
Yeah.
believe it's on the Gear Store. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't
I'm
be.
I need to see this. I have not even. Oh, yep, there it is, right there. Okay.
So
Yeah, and so it's you see the 5 logos, and then you have the little one for like the Church of the Triune, and it's like, but they've been doing that symbol in marketing, for like literally for forever. It's like it has nothing to do with the sixth class. It just denotes Lilith. And if you're wondering why they're putting something involving Lilith on the Stein when she is like literally on the box of the game,
Yeah.
then I got nothing else for you. I really don't.
I I personally just kind of found it funny that they're marketing a Stein for everyone to go and consume when the first thing that happens to our character, we all played the beta, is you go into that tavern, you get a special Stein, and what happens? You get poisoned, You get you're about to be murdered. I don't have the capability to turn into a werewolf or werebear. I drink from that stein, I die. That's my theory about the stein. I just thought it was an interesting marketing thing of like, oh, I want to go through the worst moment of my character's life right there.
The worst moment of your character's life so far.
So
Right.
far
So
that
far.
I'm aware of.
Also,
I
Neinball, you
yeah.
know this. I don't have to tell you this, but you can't fix stupid. You just can't.
Yeah, no, it was like one of those ones where it's like, and so people, I saw some people that were just like speculating. I saw some people that were basing their speculation because like other people like got really excited about it, and then others were like, "Oh, did you see these people that were going through and talking about it?" And it's just like, no, I hadn't, and that's stupid. It's like
Right. No, and also that's dumb. Yeah.
and I mean, it's also just the other thing. It's like Blizzard has never done this before. Like they've never gone through and put out, the early like little Easter eggs and stuff like that for things that they haven't like yet announced.
Right.
But
So
this is a community that loves to jump at speculation wherever possible, even if ill-informed. I want to go back to the dice fiasco years ago,
shout out to
where
my boy Riker.
There
right,
you go. Thanks, Riker.
which that's an innocent one. We were all just desperate for some news about Diablo 4, right? And where we could
Yeah.
try to see it just about anywhere. Um,
And it was also like the worst kept secret because at that point they were already hiring for an unannounced Diablo project. And it was like, well, what else
right.
what else could it be? You know.
Yeah,
Right.
so we want to see it now. And then, granted, the other part of that is just being misinformed. Uh, but I think you do hit on something, the desire for another class. Right? There is a certain class fantasy that's not being fulfilled in Diablo 4 currently that people are hungry for. Um, I expect that we will see some sort of sword and board character within a year. I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Within a year of
Within a
launch,
year, within a year, that's my bold prediction.
I'm
We will
adding this to
see.
my Google Calendar right
You
now.
can
Hang on.
write it down. And if I'm
Oh,
wrong,
I'm doing it.
I will sample a
I'm
bit
gonna
of the
I'm gonna.
crow that you never ate. Um,
That's just gross. I'm gonna set it for June 6th because that's the technical standard edition launch date. So
yeah,
I'll give you a little leniency. June
of
6th, Xanth
2024.
says sword and board character announced. Xanth.
Somewhere within a year. Yeah, I
I'm
think
putting
so.
Xanth HC/SC.
It's still going, eh? I run a marathon on the treadmill on hardcore, and I still can't shake that little bit of SC. That's fine. That's fine. Uh,
I I have a song for you.
a song?
That
Did
yeah, I'll share it with you after the podcast because it's
What's
not
funny is
entirely appropriate.
I'm gonna
okay.
set this to. I think I messed the appropriateness up for us last episode, so I think you're okay on that. But I'm gonna set this recurring every year until it happens.
Until it happens. There you go. No, I do think there is that desire for the class fantasy. After a year's time, at least, in the game's gonna still be going. I don't think this is a wait for Reaper of Souls type thing to get another class, right? I don't think we're waiting a couple years. I think we're gonna get them more frequently. And I think that's the one they do first. This is
But
all
it was just a year for Diablo
speculation.
3 as well, wasn't it?
What?
Yeah, because Reaper came out a year after Diablo 3.
2
Was
years.
it? Was it 3? Oh my god,
Hmm.
I'm time traveling.
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. 2 years.
Yeah. So,
So that's a little spicy take there, Xanth. All right.
sometimes you got to take a risk. You got to
Yeah,
go
for
out
sure.
on a limb.
For sure.
I do think
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think it happens. I think that's a class fantasy that people want to see, and it's right around a year's time, the anniversary of the release, draw people back in outside of seasons, a new character. I
I
think
mean, if
so.
they really start the first
So
season in the first 8 weeks of the game, then it wouldn't shock me if they announced the first character in a year.
So I just had to go through and like look up the dates, and Lord of Destruction literally came out a day before, so 364 days later after Diablo 2. So it's within reason. They did put
Yeah.
out 2 whole new classes for D2.
Now,
Yep.
granted, D4 and D2, big changes, but that was a whole new act and 2 new classes and rune words. There
Yeah,
was a lot in Lord of
charms.
Destruction. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I would
And
argue our opinion of Diablo 2 is founded in how well Lord of Destruction
oh,
improved on the base.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's absolutely
So,
true.
uh, absolutely phenomenal. So I think it could happen, and that's my hot take here. I'm being held to it. There's nothing's gonna happen to me, so
Yeah, I mean,
no one's gonna force me to eat crow. It's fine.
you're faster
But
than both of us, so
I
it's true.
I
Uh,
am working on a couch 5K.
yeah.
are
Did you
you?
go?
Yeah,
We'll talk off stream. I'm not going to spend time
I,
talking any more about running than what I already do. Nobody wants that. You're not tuning like, I wonder what Xan thinks about
We'll
shoes.
start a running podcast, and I won't be able to
God,
participate at all. But
yeah, I
hey, we can finally get Leviathan back on the show.
oh
hey,
yeah,
there we go.
um, he's really fast. Uh,
He is
but
fast.
I like running. I don't like talking about it that much.
You say as we've been talking about running for the last 5 minutes.
That's true. That's fair. It's fair. Okay. So we do have we got our little bit of speculation out there. We're going to get some information about the battle pass, and hopefully we can come back and digest it. But in the meantime, we got the Server Slam coming up next week, shortly after that little tidbit. Plans for your Server Slam, gentlemen?
So I got some big plans, so I'm going to let Nerdwords go first.
I said my plans last episode. They are to rush to 20 with the sorcerer, fight that stupid ass world boss again, and then stop playing it till the launch of the real game. But if I've got to go do it to do a cosmetic and I don't get credit for the several times I've killed her already, then I guess I will level, do it again, and I'll spend a Friday evening getting it done, and we'll see. Might play more from there, but I doubt it at that point. I kind of got my fill of the beta the last 2 weekends, so I'm going to go get my cosmetic, and I'm going to level my character to 20, park him right at Shava, wait for the spawn timer, pop in, kill a Shava, and then log out. That's my plan. That might change, but that's my plan.
Admiral?
Yeah. I'm going to be in the keys.
Yeah.
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 Wait. So I'm going to have the cosmetic, and you won't?
Oh no, I don't leave. I will be able to get like the Saturday morning one. I think it's like starts like 9 a.m. Pacific,
Better
so like
down it then.
noon my
Better
time.
down.
Yeah.
Better
So
down it then.
I gotta get to 20, and I gotta get geared out Friday night,
Otherwise, I'm
and then
gonna have
I got like that one shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm like bringing the PlayStation with me down to the keys. So
There you go. That's it.
I've been looking at the calendar, and I don't think I can do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to. It's just logistically, Friday night I'm going to be out of town. Saturday I'm going to be running my race, and I don't think I'm going to be cognizant enough in the evening to play. And then Sunday is Mother's Day, and after forcing my wife to as we just mentioned, uh, not only just talk about running, but have to wait for running to happen um, for an entire day. Yeah, I can't mess up Mother's Day. So I will see what the weekend brings, but I don't think that there's an Ashava kill in anywhere in there for me. I just don't think it'll happen.
Also, completely forgot and need to quantify that a bit further. I'm gonna rush. I'm gonna get to level 20. I'm gonna park my character to Shava. Then I'm gonna continue playing Tears of the Kingdom for the entirety of the weekend. Probably
That is that
dive into
weekend.
some, because look, I'll be honest with you guys, like my game of the year right now is that damn Cult of the Lamb game. It's a $16 game on Steam. It's seriously super fun. That said, I've watched my kid play Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That game looks incredible. And I gotta knock those things out before the live launch of the game. And a Server Slam beta weekend doesn't exactly have me gripped. So, like I said, I'm gonna do it to get the cosmetic. Yeah, I'm gonna do it to get the cosmetic, but that's about it. Because there's a lot of good stuff coming before, and I need to get it out of my system, before June 2nd hits. So
Well, it was kind of alluded to before, but 2023 feels like one of those years for gaming that I think we've been waiting for. And like the older we get, the more it kind of sucks because our time to do it all has evaporated. But to have, you know,
25-year-old me would be having a field day
right.
because at the end of May is Final Fantasy 16.
Yep.
You
So
know,
we, so my son is a big Star Wars fan and a big Zelda fan. So he's got Jedi Survivor. Part of his birthday gift, he's getting Tears of the Kingdom. Um, and then obviously we have Diablo 4. We have Final Fantasy 16. We got the
Hogwarts
announcement of
was really solid too.
right,
Hogwarts came out in February and is
right.
coming out on Gen 8 systems
Yep.
this Friday actually.
Hmm.
Baldur's Gate 3 is coming. I
Baldur's
mean,
Gate
there's
3.
there's a lot of RPG. I
I,
mean, Diablo and Zelda are going to dominate the RPG space.
right.
110%. Do not make any qualms about it, but there's a lot of options.
And then we did get the announcement of Armored Core 6, which I was very
Awesome game.
surprised to see was coming out, so soon.
Yeah.
There's a like this is one of those years where like I'm going to be recovering from into 2024 to like try to get caught up. Like Armored Core, I'm not a huge Armored Core fan. I've heard nothing but good
I'm
things.
I
It's not that
was.
I'm just telling you, it's coming out for my birthday. That is
yeah.
fate.
Yeah, right.
that,
It really
that
is
is
like
fate.
that.
Yeah.
It really
I
is. It's kind of crazy.
I am a big From Software fan, so this will be my first Armored Core. I definitely do understand that it is a very different game than the Soulsborne series. That's fine. I trust them as developers, and I will go into it with an open mind.
Honestly, it's somewhere between a
You gotta.
Soulsborne game and Mech Warrior. If you ever played the old Mech Warrior
I
PC games,
loved
it's
Mech
I
Warrior.
so somehow kind of mesh those together with a really cool story. Armored Core is. I loved Armored Core when I was younger. I haven't played an Armored Core game in, I mean, at least since high school. So it's been like almost 20 years.
I've
But they're fun, man. They were awesome.
I've got a Soulsborne player trying to make a robot bleed meme that I will share with you.
Um, But we are living in great times. And out of all those dates, the one that does stand out the most is June 1st for us early releasers, and then obviously June 6th. Very excited, or June 2nd, I should say. Very excited to delve in to Diablo 4 and to really play it, even if I know I'm not going to get in on this server slam, knowing that we are under a month until we actually get to play is so exciting. Um, any last thoughts, gentlemen, before we close her out today?
You've got me rethinking my entire launch plans now because of the idea of. I really wish we knew when. Maybe that's what they'll announce. Maybe that's what part of the live stream will be is announcing. Maybe not a specific date, but a general release window for season 1. Blizzard, if
Mhm.
you are out there and you are listening, that would be great information for those of us that only have a certain amount of paid time off that we would like to utilize. And if I need to prioritize using it the first season instead of the launch, that's tough. I need help making this decision. But yeah, I mean, other than that, yep, gonna go to the Silver Slam weekend, get my cosmetic, and play the hell out of some Zelda. It's gonna be awesome. Uh, just ready, man. Chomping at the bit. We're less than a month away now. I mean, we are so close to launch time. We're excited to end the speculation and get my damn hands on it.
Yeah.
Really dive in and quantify our feelings, right? Our thoughts, our speculations, the lore. I need the story. There's so much stuff I'm excited for. We're this close, guys. This close.
Almost there.
So close. All right. Well, let's close it out as we always do. Moo, moo, moo.
Moo moo moo
Moo.
moo.
Moo.